Oh, shit. Not yet.
I could definitely holler at him on that.
Alright, peace everybody out there. San G, what's the deal? In a little bit of a unique situation today. Phil G. So we got San G and Phil G. The G posse in here. Or the G's in the building. I'm looking for the...
Peace to the God.
Peace.
Peace, God. I get what you are.
No doubt.
No doubt.
What's the deal? We got anybody else out there? I know it's been I don't remember the last time we was on. You know what I'm saying? But yesterday I had to take a little day of rest. Yesterday was day 7. We had a busy week last week. Showing crew once again. We did the thing out there with the babies. There's some things to build on, but once again we did our thing out there with the babies. What's been going on out there? What's been going on out there with y'all? people out there, because I was out the loop. I just, last night was the first time that I really got a chance to even see the news, see what's going on in the rest of the world. I was so much, how in the second degree in the 1 to 14. See, it lets you know that, you in different worlds. You could be in the same time and space, right? But in the Christian world, it's this. In various worlds, you can go to the Chinese people, right? They got a different calendar than us. Jewish people, they got a different calendar than us. And when you in their world, you just paying attention to the time that's going on in our world. Just like we just paying attention to the time that's going on in our world. You said Maxwell Anderson got justice for murdering my little cousin. What's this, Sade Robinson? So yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm out of the loop on that. I'm not even sure who Maxwell Anderson is, but wow, that's that's the thing. You see this stuff on the on the news, on the internet, et cetera, but it's real people. You know what I'm saying? Not to take away from what you just told us, but at the same time, that is what I be saying about the knowledge being on the internet. That on there, these is just rap lyrics, or you saw a video or this person said, you know what I'm saying? But it's real people, that actually had to live that out just so we could get it, right? Let alone what we got to do, when we live it out. Divine, what's the deal? I'm surprised I ain't see you out here at the Sean Proof. But he pulled one of his regular moves, which is he came out here about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Divine's timing is always off like that, where he comes right before a major family event, and then we don't see him. I'm trying to see the what's her name, because see, I was actually today, I got upset about something. I'm still upset about it. I'm not at the maximum level, but yeah, this, we still at a level where, let's not get too hyped. The right thing probably happens. But my usual patience has already been tried, so I don't know if today's the day. I don't know if today's a day where I would have the same patience that I'm normally known for having on here. So let's see. G said, I'm cooking while sound is traveling. That's, the one thing though, right? Here's the question. Is the light traveling? See, that's the thing about this entertainment world. And I'm not saying, of course, I'm doing this live stream right now, so, I can't throw rocks. But I'm just saying that's something that we have to pay attention to. right, is that, through the entertainment, right, the entertainment is 6. This is not the wise words spoken by the wise black man and black woman. See, the wise words that's spoken by the wise black man and black woman don't have no limitation. See, like even on this live stream, right? You might ask me a question, I don't see it on the screen. Or you might see it after the live screen. You see, when I'm live right there, right, and I'm manifesting wisdom, right, and it's only wisdom because of the knowledge that it's expressing. That's where we've gone off track. With some of this. Some of the ways that the message goes out there. See, the message is going out there now in mediums with limitations. You understand what I'm saying? By medium, I just mean whether it's going on the internet or whether it's going on a record, music or whatever it is. See, that has a limitation. As opposed to when, me or you or any, person that's really, they are this light. And so when they express themselves, they express this light. See, now it's no limitation. See, that's why, you see, I don't really, I tell you some stuff that people taught me, right, in the past, but see, I don't really teach about them. First of all, they already manifested. It's nothing. Look, when a person is great, what could you add on to Michael Jordan right now? Like, what are you going to say, right? Talking, 25 years later, 30 years later, right? What are you going to say right now talking that's going to improve what Michael Jordan did? It's already manifested. They are who they are, right? So that's why I need to talk about the people from back then. I got my own history. You see what I'm saying? And if you learn the right thing, you have your own history. You can't make your own history. You sitting around talking about everybody else's history. That's how I see it. But can somebody refresh my memory, right? What did I put as the title of this video again? Because I had a point that I was making. But like I said, because I'm already, my mindset is already a little bit to the left because of some things that happened, right? Or one thing that happened, but it's just, black people, it's the principle. But, right, birth responsibility, that's what it is. See, because a lot of people want to talk about their birth rights. And see, that's where the problem comes in at. Right? Is that you got all these people who you want to talk about, I could do this because some shit that happened in 1994. So, I shouldn't have to show and prove because of, X amount of years of whatever. And so look, let's concede that. Right? That Yaqub is the person who take people's birthright. It's not what we do. But we do ask people, well, what about the birth responsibilities? They see if you got certain rights by birth, right? You got certain responsibilities by birth. And see, when you can balance that, see, that equality is not limited. See, it becomes 6 when you run in your mouth about what you got the right to do, right? But you ain't. See, look. This just included everybody, right? If you were a group of people, then when shit happens, right, don't nobody never know how that happened, right? Who was responsible for that? You in the wrong group of people. See, that's a very important thing, and see, that's something. See, when you deal with the lessons, right, you automatically start having control of the people that's around you, because people who don't want to deal with the lessons stay away from you. See, they start to, when they considering, like, yo, should we go over there? No, I don't want to hear that guy body shit. See, that's one way. You know what I'm saying? It's that's not the only way. But just saying that a lot of times when you looking around, right, and you asking why. See, even those people, the people who say Y equals self, right? This is one thing they never say, right? See, Y equals self, meaning you're the fucking reason why. And see, it's easy for you to admit that you're the reason why things is going good. But see, can you admit when you're the reason why things is going wrong? See, because that's how positive elevation always correct errors. Because see, then when you can understand that, then all you gotta do is correct yourself. All you gotta do is take the devil off your planet. All you gotta do is take 4 devil's heads so that you can have free transportation. But see, other than that, right, then what are we, you see, look. How many people type 1 in the box if you a witness to the stuff you be saying? See, because don't we get down to the definition of charlatan, right? When you got all these principles and ethics and regulations for everybody else, see, everybody else should just be seeing the truth and reality. But now when it comes to you, no, this is a special other situation now. See, with a lot of these things, especially, a lot of people not understanding that, see, you chose yourself. See, remember back in the days, I don't know if y'all had this joke in y'all family, right? When a child, right, like the child is doing a number of things that they know is against the rules. And so the parent or whoever's, being the guardian at that point tells them that, look, I see that you're campaigning. You're campaigning to get an ass whipping. Don't say nothing when you get elected. To see, you got a lot of people that see, look, any level of people that you're speaking on. But see, one thing about this internet, right now, you on a worldwide level. You see, people that don't think that you got a different level of responsibility when you come out here speaking on a worldwide level than when you in a private conversation. But your black seeds, your brown seeds, your yellow seeds, etc., right? And see, people is forgetting that the responsibility is not to the individual that's pointing out the responsibility. See, look, I'm gonna give you a look. This is, usually I give y'all the answer first. But in this particular instance, right, I'm gonna ask an open question, right? The ones that choose themselves, right? The ones that choose themselves, right? And the ones who take the responsibilities to be the maker and the owner. Right? The ones who take the responsibility to further civilization, right? In this in particular, does anybody know what their number one qualification is? What's the number one qualification, right? What's the number one, I won't even say qualification, characteristic that ends up being qualifying, right? Of those that choose themselves and take the responsibility. See, now's the time. This is why I got to bring the music back. You see, right now we could throw a little, we could throw a little beat on, right? Little soundscape. While we wait, anyone out there, Bueller? Does anyone know? Divine understanding says being righteous. True light said to be civilized. Anyone else out there, Bueller? But you know, we have to start coming down here. God said their word being bond. And we have to start coming down here to the school, right? Just to broadcast because I have to let people know what this building, what we teach over here, because sometimes things get a little distorted out there in sound. Sanji said, choosing yourself, qualifying yourself, but this is what I'm saying, right? You know, all of these things, right? What makes you go through that? See, because I'm sure when I talk about a lot of the things, right, that I went through, right, growing up in the knowledge, you know, there's probably other people out there that was like, yeah, I would have never did that. Like, why? You understand what I'm saying? To other people, they probably, you know, like to these things that I do, right, that other people be like, yo, why you do that? See, those that choose themselves and take that responsibility is those that sincerely love Allah's mathematics. You know, add on to what y'all saying. You know what I'm saying? Those that love Allah and His teachings, right? Those are the ones that choose themselves. Those are the ones that become civilized and remain civilized, right? Those are the ones that, maintain the foundation while, you know, adding on to the complete understanding. See, a lot of the other people, they never sincerely love Allah's mathematics. They love the sound of Allah's mathematics. You know, they may have loved the status, right, that being able to speak Allah's mathematics, you know, inferred upon them. You understand? Y'all got all that other stuff right there too, right? You know, there's, but look, what about denying yourself? See, we got about the no pork and the, what is it? No pork, what is the other two? You know, yeah. But what about denying that Allah is God? And see, when we say sincerely love Allah's mathematics, I'm not talking about what y'all be talking about. Right? Where somebody comes up to me, right, and see, if you got to tell me how sincere you are with the knowledge, you can stop. See, if you love it, then I'm going to see you going through the hell to come out right with it. And you ain't going to have to tell me how sincere you is with it. That's like, look, if somebody gotta tell you that they word is bond, like if somebody tells you, yo, look, this right here is the fact. I'm not lying, man. Trust me, I'm not lying. That's how some of y'all sound when it's like, yeah, well, God, I don't know you. No, man, you know, I love this man, and I'm sincere, and you know, and you just think because I don't know my lessons, and then, listen, bro, the love I'm talking about is living it out. You know what I mean? People, bro, and that's the term. This is the term that I've looked at my own. I'm not telling everybody else to think this. I'm just telling you that what makes me look at somebody sideways is when they say, I got mad love for you. Right? After some bullshit. Like anytime in the midst of some bullshit, you got mad love for me, when I was gonna feel it, bro. When I was gonna feel it, sis, where's the, you understand what I'm saying? So yeah, those people that's what they talking about, right? That, you know, they love Allah's mathematics, right? You know, on that superficial level like that. But I think that's enough of a rant. That's enough of a rant today. You know, like I said, I really something happened that you know, at the end of the day, it cost me a lot of money, but like I said, it's the principle of it, because it was something where it was like, look, you know, it'd be something that it was perfectly fine, and then somebody had to go and mess with it. Like it was perfectly fine. It wasn't in, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's another science. But it's one of the things, I'm gonna tell you what it is. It's that, see, when you have plans for something, when you've already predicted X amount of history, right? And you've done everything, you've done everything to write that history in the right way. And then somebody else just comes in and scribbles in the fucking book. Like, remember when you was a kid and they told you, look, books are your friend. Don't write in books. Don't write in my book, man. When I'm writing my history, don't write in my book. And this person ain't even light skinned. Yellow people do that. But I digress. What's going on out there with y'all, man? You know, y'all got any questions, man, before I wind this down? You know, because look, I can calm down really. You know, I came on here, look, I was already at the school. I came down here for this purpose. So I said, you know, guys, let's do the live stream. But You know, I gotta go. You know, what you gotta do now? I gotta renew the history. Before the history was, now I gotta renew it. I gotta renew it already. I ain't even get to live it. Now I got to go back to the beginning now and renew the history, right? That I didn't even get the 25,000 out of. See, people don't realize what they be doing. See, that's the thing about, see, all that stuff right there, look, that's where you fuck up at. See, people choose themselves, they qualify themselves. See, you cannot unchoose somebody. You cannot unqualify somebody. They qualify and disqualify themselves. See, people have a problem with me because I just point out where the standard was that you disqualified yourself according to. You see? And see, here's another thing. You know, a person is disqualified for something. Like if you fail your driving test, right? That don't mean you can't get a bank account or whatever. You know what I mean? Like you know, look, you disqualified yourself in this. I don't know what's going on with y'all out there, man. We ain't got no questions today. I guess y'all all exhausted for the show and prove too. You know, look, I'll tell y'all a funny story since y'all seem to be a little out of it. So I take the kids to the movies on Saturday. So some of y'all might be new to this. Y'all might be new to the knowledge. Maybe you don't have no kids yet. You don't know about 5% little kids. So, you know, I got you know, I guess the youngest brother, he looked maybe about 4 years old. You know what I'm saying? All the way up to about 12. Right? So we go to see the Karate Kid. Right? So first of all, when we in the movies and the fight scenes is going on, and they jumping up and cheering, they're jumping up and cheering like they got money bet on this fight. Like this is, you know, people outside the theater can hear us. So, gets to the point the movie's over, right? So, you know, when you got an amount of kids with you and you holding the door, you know, the first ones go out and you holding the door for the last ones to come. I'm holding the door for the last ones to come out. As the last child walks past me and I turn this way, there's a Kung Fu battle royal going on in the hallway, Chief. For like 45 seconds, I couldn't stop it. Boys, girls, little kids, big kids. Look, fly kicks, chops, elbows, body slams. So I'm just telling y'all, if you plan on doing something with some 5% little kids, right, be on point. Cause they don't play. You know, so that was one of the high points of Saturday for me. You know, Friday we had the bouncy house out. You know, they you know the bouncy house is good because you know that wears down the energy. But you know, you have to watch them over there too because you know, they moved the whole bouncy house. Like I turned around, I be like, yo, wasn't the bouncy house like 25 feet over there? So you know, just in general. And see, I know some of y'all is out there right now. You saying like, yeah, see, not my kids. Yeah, your kids, your kids. See, you just scared to bring them. You, you scared to bring them. You scared to bring them so we can see how they act. It's okay though. Cause you know I know. Alright, yeah, born-in-law was out here. You know, actually I gotta build you myself too to happen. But yeah, yeah, it's a born sent me. I don't know who took that picture, but yeah, it's a picture that look that's some history right there. Cause see, the thing I like is that we wasn't posing. Like we wasn't posing. Whoever caught it, they caught some real life. You know what I'm saying? That's just doing the thing, man. You know what I'm saying? But you know, yeah, it was this year. I had to say, yeah, a lot of you know, brothers from the history definitely showed up this year. You know what I'm saying? You know. Yeah, we was in the moment. That's what was lovely about it. You know what I'm saying? We had some tragic news too, but you know, I ain't gonna get into that right now. You know what I'm saying? But you know, that was one good thing that for me too, you know what I'm saying? Seeing the brothers and really, you know, just the whole show approved weekend and being busy, yo, that kept my mind off some supremely tragic shit that I would have been wildly depressed if I didn't have that to you know, if I ain't had that to keep me occupied. You know what I'm saying? But so I mean, I don't know. I mean, if we ain't got no other questions, out there, you go ahead and wind this one down. And then, you know, tomorrow I'll be in a better mindset. Divine Understanding said, I took some to the movies last summer. One snuck off and went to another movie and started causing discourse. Hey, listen, that happened too. Look, we come in the movie theater, and the young guy I told you that's like 4, he runs to the front of the movie theater and starts dancing. He's dancing, but the way he's doing it, as I'm trying to grab him, he keeps dancing right out of my reach. But what's wild about it is he's not even looking at me, so he's not doing it on purpose. That's just the way it's coming out. But yeah, you know, look, when that type of stuff starts happening, you know, that's when I realized, like, yep, one of us. You know what I'm saying? And they had a good time out there on Sunday too. You know, on Sunday they have all their activities in the back and all of that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, all the young that came out, they had a great time. You know what I'm saying? Food was lovely. And so, like I said, if we ain't got no other questions there, you know what I'm saying? Everybody that made it this far in the live stream, do the each one teach one. Hit the like button. You know what I'm saying? If we got any new people, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, tomorrow I'll probably be you know, my mindset be more leveled off, or we could go a little more in. More than likely, if we come on tomorrow, we're gonna come on early. You know what I'm saying? But you know, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification button so you can know we come in. In the meantime, in between time, I'm gonna sign off and say peace. And I see y'all when I see y'all.